Look, here's the deal. I don't want to do this in front of the kids. You've got warrants up for your arrest.
Looking like that.
You are going to jail today. Hey, hey.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is simply why, if a police officer gives you an order, you just comply, right? And this also goes to show why the George Floyd case, and which is the reason why they implemented body cameras, right? Body cam. That's why we're getting all these body cam footages now from the police departments, was one of the best things that could have ever happened to police officers, because they actually have a say now and their voices are being heard. And you're actually getting to find out that most of these people cannot follow and take, they cannot follow simple directions. They cannot take simple orders. It also goes to show how big of an ego some people have. They literally think that somebody in an authoritative position cannot tell them what to do. But yes, if a police officer asks you, driver's license or registration, here you go, sir. Do you have a firearm in the car? Yes or no, right? No, yes. If you have a firearm in the car, obviously they're going to ask you to, give it to them, or put themselves in a safe position where they might ask you to exit the vehicle. Could you please exit the vehicle? Yes, right? You just exit the vehicle, comply. I really don't understand how many of these body cam videos that we are going to have to see, that people are going to have to see, in order to understand that it's way better. And even though it might, cost you a little dollar, depending on how bad the charge is or whatever you're getting arrested for, it's way better in the long run to go to court and sort it out there, because most of these police officers, from what I hear, don't really show up to court like that, so you end up winning the case anyway. Just go to court and fight it out. That's your lawyer's job, right? That's the court's job, right? You don't need to be forcefully removed from your car, because it's not going to look good. And it's not going to feel good either, because now you're getting dragged on the tarmac, on the hot tar, for no reason. All because you couldn't take simple instructions and you couldn't follow simple directions. Just comply. Just comply. It always turns out easier for you in the end, every single time.
He wants to pay themselves first before they pay us. So, and when they pay themselves, stay with me. When they pay themselves, it leaves less than 30%
for us to spread.
Us. No. To split with them. So they want to pay themselves first, and then what's left of whatever is left, they want us to split with them. They want us to split that with them, which leaves less than 15% for the players.
Exactly. And when they grow year by year, they gonna keep growing, and we gon', what you say? Flatline.
All right, there's no way these women graduated college. Like, I'm just not gonna believe it. Might have a high school diploma, maybe a GED, but there's no way these women actually have a degree. But just wait until they find out that every single business pays itself before they pay their employees, right? Wait till they find that out. It's gonna be very, very mind-blowing to them. And listen, this is not a secret. We know every single year the WNBA operates in a deficit. It's one of the only businesses in the world today that still operates even though it makes less money than it spends. Think about that. This business has been in play for over 2 decades now, right? And I'm pretty sure they've been in business for over 2 decades now, and they have never ever turned a profit before. And let's take her by her word, right? The WNBA takes their profits and they pay themselves first, right? So, and then I guess that's 70% according to her math, right? She probably knows more about this in terms of how much a percent it is than me, right? So let's go by her math. 70%, right, goes to them. Then the rest is 30%. And then apparently she's saying that they take 15, they want us to split 30% with them. If I'm not mistaken, for a business to keep growing, which the NBA clearly does not, because the WNBA is always in a deficit, 15% would go to the players, and then that 15% that's left would actually go back into the business, because anybody who runs a successful business understands that you have to always invest back in the business. That's how you keep scaling the business and making it get bigger. So it makes perfect sense to me. I don't know why these ladies cannot comprehend that. Every single business pays itself before they pay their employees. And then what's left over is split between the employees and then reinvesting back into the company, like running ads, right? Buying equipment that the company needs and scaling it to a larger scale. But hey, that's just my input on it. But I don't understand why it's such a crazy concept or difficult concept to understand that every single business operates that way. You have to pay yourself before you pay your employees. Every single business does that. That's literally how the business world works. There you have it, liberals. There you have it, the left. There you have it. This is what you guys wanted. This is what you guys pushed for. This is what you guys, these are the policies. The policies that you vote for every single 4 years are what what keeps enabling this type of activity to potentially happen in the future. Not even the future, matter of fact, it's happening right now. Can you imagine how worse it will be once we actually get completely liberalized as a country? This is exactly what y'all voted for. So I'm very, matter of fact, we give y'all a round of applause because you have successfully put women in danger. Because that's exactly what y'all wanted to do. So congratulations. Even though I think you played yourself, right? But congratulations. You have actually gotten what you set out to accomplish. This is just, I have no words to explain, the fact that, I can have a daughter in the future, go into a bathroom, go to the gym, because for reference, right, this video took place in a Planet Fitness, if I'm not mistaken, and this woman went to the bathroom to go change or whatever, maybe, put her hair up in a bun or just to use the bathroom, and she sees a male clearly transitioning to a woman, right, fapping off in the bathroom. Incredible. And these people are going to look us in our faces and tell us that we're the crazy ones. That allowing men in female bathrooms and female spaces in general, whether it's a locker room, the beach bathroom, no matter where, we are two separate genders. There's no reason for a male to be in a female space or a female bathroom, a place as private as that. Incredible. But yeah, congratulations. This is exactly what you guys voted for. And, wow, this is incredible. I can't imagine having a daughter and her walking in. She's just going to the gym, innocent, going to the gym just to get a workout, just to get a pump in. And she walks into the bathroom and she sees that. That's what she's forced to see. Incredible.